We've had a really good and competitive camp. I still think, as I've said this to you guys a multitude of times, we're so young in so many areas that until these bright lights come on and we get through the early part of the football season, I think you're going to see a lot of kids playing for Iowa State football. And I think that's a credit to our football team and the type of camp we had. And I also think, as I told our kids early this week, is there's so much competition. You better come in and have a great Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday practice if you expect to start on Saturday. And so I think those are good things for us. We certainly got some great veteran leadership. You got Gary Vaughn and what he's done in terms of leading on the defensive side of the football. It's like every area. You got TJ, you got Jeremiah Cooper, and you got Bo, and then you got JR who you're talking to. And on the flip side, you got Jalen, and you got some of those guys on the offensive line, Huff and Tyler, that have played a lot of football for us. Easton Dean's played a lot of football for us, and those guys have played their best football, which has been really positive. But then you got this underswell of youth and talent that I think they have come with a purpose in trying to get on the football field. So I think when you have that, you're going to see a lot of guys early in the season. And when the lights come on, who can be able to play at the level that they've shown in practice? Because I think that's a whole other element that we have to evaluate.
A lot of people, probably from outside of your walls, will look at last year first round draft pick in 50 years. MJ, Xavier, Anthony, OV. At the same time, it sounds like you're as excited about the competition, maybe as you have been here in terms of depth and sorting through that depth.
Yeah, and that's just on the defensive side of the football. I think we look at that, and you're talking. There's areas where you feel like there's 2 or 3 guys that have the ability to start on our football team on some of these position groups, and I think that's what we've worked really hard to get to in this program. And I think we've seen when, and I know I said at times last year we weren't there. And, I put that up, that's on me as the head football coach and my responsibility, and I'll take full ownership of it. But I do think when you look at our team across the board right now, there's a lot of depth, there's a lot of competition. When we've had that, we've been our best, and, we're going to need it, obviously, throughout the season. Injuries are going to happen, tough times are going to happen, and, can you continue to get better? That'll define your football team by the end of the season.
What's your favorite part of the 3-day coach?
Well, I think just to me, the smile on the faces of all of these kids and their families. I mean, you think about what these young people go through, to be able to get on a field, to be able to come out to this environment for an hour and a half, 2 hours. And then you look at the families and you see what they sacrifice and, the smiles and the joy that they can have for an evening. I think that means the world to all of us. I've always said one of the great gifts of being at Iowa State and honestly being a part of and associated with football is it gives you a platform to make a difference in the lives of other people. And I think tonight is obviously a great reminder of that as you springboard into the football season. And yeah, it's great to see the stadium filled, but I think one of the great things is, can you make a difference in the lives of the people that certainly give back so much to our kids and our football program. So we're really excited and really appreciative.
What about the smiles you see on the face of your quote-unquote kids?
Well, I think that's the thing that service gives you, right, in life is, when you can serve and make a difference in the lives of others, it's like your true fulfillment in life. And, I think that's still one of the great things you can learn between 18 and 22 years old. And, how do you make a difference in the life of other people and how do you serve other people? And, I think at the end of the day, all these wins and records that you may break or great days and great games, people forget that, but they're not going to forget how you treated people and how you made a difference in the lives of others. And I think we try to pound that into our life, in the heads of our young men. And I think a night like tonight, when you can see that just sheer joy on our kids' faces, it's powerful. And I think a great reminder for them too before you go into the season. And there's a lot of pressure on 18 to 22-year-old kids today, and for these kids to be able to kind of really go back into their childhood a little bit, some way, shape, and form, I think it's really awesome.
It's to my understanding that you brought this over from Toledo. Right. Kind of how important was it for you when you took this job to bring this over and do it for the past couple of years?
Yeah, I mean, to me, it's, again, how many ways can you make football and the opportunity to play the sport of football a service opportunity to teach 18 to 22-year-old young men. My still all-time favorite thing that I get to do is teach young people how to become men. And I think part of this journey is, you try to find multiple different ways to do it, but I think a night like this is a pivotal opportunity for growth. And I think you see it from our older guys and you see it from our younger guys, but the first time you go through it, I think this is an opportunity, what young man to man starts to look like in a lot of ways.